What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today we're going to be looking at
A sit and go with all hands face up. This is a $200 buy-in on ignition. In the first hand, we look at this. King nine suited should open and should just open and take it. I don't think ace eight should defend against that. So let's see what actually happens. I open a 2.3, folds around, and it works that way. All right. Next hand is Roger.
Oh my God, the ignition players found a fold. How
Yeah.
did they do it?
It's the $200 buy-in. This is the highest stakes they have on ignition.
Okay, from what perspective am I looking at?
Say again,
So,
Roger.
what perspective am I looking at? From
You
the
just go through, just look and go, he should fold, just what should
oh,
happen.
okay, yeah, okay. So okay, 3-5 fold, Jack 6 fold, Ace 6 of he's yeah, probably a fold, and then Jack 8 should open.
All right, let's see what happens.
7, 10,
Jack eight folds.
yeah, Jack 8 should open.
That's
Jack 5
yeah. And 10-7 should absolutely.
should
That's
defend. Yeah, should defend, and
Yeah.
and 6-4 can defend too, probably.
And when Jack eight, when a Jack eight neglects to open, the 10-7 certainly shouldn't fold from the small blind.
Yeah, exactly. Then he should limp or
Yeah.
Or raise, probably both good.
Yeah. Okay. And I think what probably happened is these guys because this game takes so long to go, these guys probably weren't defeated yet. They were probably absent, and I just got to walk. Yay me. All right. Andy is up next.
Me.
Oh, this way. Yep.
So ace jack's first to go. They should open. Queen 2 should fold. 2-4 should fold. 6-8 fold. Ace 7. It's definitely a call, maybe a 3-bet. King 6 should defend.
All right. And I call now with my call. Should the king 6 get in there, or should he get out after my call?
I think he's priced in, maybe. I'm not sure if king 6 off defends or not there.
Let's see if peak. Let's look at our peak GTO tool and see what it tells us.
Yeah.
We'll play with peak.
Do you, by the way,
think
do you have no antes? Because I noticed this first level is no antes,
There's no antes at the beginning.
right? But I
Yeah.
mean, on peak GTO, do you have non-ante ranges?
Let's find out.
Yeah. Because like that was the first thing I thought with this hand. It's a 3 big blind open with no antes.
Yeah.
Ranges should be pretty tight in response.
That makes sense.
And in a sit and go, ICM is kind of coming up faster than you think.
Yeah, I think you're in ICM at the beginning. Really?
Yep. Like, I actually wanted to ask that, is this 6 player 2 paid, or what's the structure here?
6 player 2 paid.
Yeah, we might think about running a like an HRC. It might mean that you don't have a profitable call in the small blind with that much ICM.
Do you want to check that out, Tim? Do you have HRC?
I'm not sure. I don't think I have it on this computer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have it on this computer right now, but you can just flag it for like something to think about for later. We don't have to like drill deep on it right now, but
right. Okay.
But like it definitely does affect things.
So. Yeah. So in this world where he only goes to 2.5, the small blinds ace 7 is an easy call with some raises, and when he does that, close. That was a small blind call, and the big blinds response. Why are you not giving me big blind response? Big blind. Oh, here it is. And the big blind, the king 6, nowhere near in there.
No. Is that a sliver? Is there a slight?
No. Oh, no, not down to king 6. It's down to king 10. So here's the small blind.
Yeah, okay.
Which makes sense. There's the ace 7 seems reasonable. And and for some, I don't know why peak is jumping, but here it is. So king 10 has a sliver. Yeah, you're way out.
This is suited. Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Yeah. And so in this situation where there's no ante yet, and and it was even bigger, we're not even close with king
Yeah,
six. So
yeah,
that's the good thing to know. And if I had folded, then the big blind gets to defend all the way to king six.
yeah, yeah.
And that is that's the thing that if you came from fixed limit poker, it's the exact opposite thinking. In fixed limit, the more people in, the wider you can defend the big blind. And in no limit, it's the opposite. The more people in, the tighter you have to get. And
Mhm.
you can see how dramatic it is here. Even in position, the small blind calls and the big blind goes from this range to this range.
Yeah,
to
the MDF is
small blind
divided
call.
by the people that call.
What the heck is it? Why is it? It's showing me here's the small blind range. Right. There's a small blind range. And after I call, does it have a call there? No, this is after a fold, right? Where we can go all the way
Yeah.
down to king six. It's kind of funky for some reason, it's not letting, it's making it hard for me to see that. So there's our peak bug. Let me send that bug to peak. Right. Peak bug, low jack, open, small blind.
So you're saying if you call the small blind, it folds king six, and if you fold the small blind, it calls king six.
If you fold the small blind,
Yeah.
here's your big blind's range, mixing all the way down to king six. If you call the small blind, you even fold king 10. You fold
It
all the way to
seems
king jack.
it seems strange because there's more money going into the pot, there's more chips going in.
Yep, and I can explain that one. And by the way, it's even more extreme if the button calls and you're out of
Yeah.
position to two players. So with the button call,
Yeah, yeah, okay.
your
Yeah.
big blind goes ridiculously tight, but it's not showing us now. And the reason is because you're so much more likely to be dominated by two players.
Yeah, okay.
So even though you're getting the right express odds mean almost nothing in no limit. Just imagine, are you really going to play a hand where you only continue if you make two pair or better?
Yeah, yeah.
If you make a six, you lose. If you make a
Mhm.
king, you lose. And that's
Yeah.
why it comes up that way. All right. So, and he rightly folds, and this hand is Andy's. So now we have a flop.
Yeah. And who's first to go? The ace seven.
Yeah.
Right. So and the under ace jack raised pre-flop. So I'm going to check to the pre-flop raiser.
Hmm.
Even though I've hit top pair, I'm going to check out of position.
Yep.
And ace jack should see bet at a fair clip.
He does.
Yeah. And I'm definitely calling. If not, backdoor flush draw. Yeah, calling. Again, I'm going to check to the pre-flop. And he's going to see bet.
Does he ever
No.
does he ever check here since almost no card that he's afraid of, and he now loses to one of the decent aces? Does he ever check
Yeah.
here for pot control?
You're also losing to a straight as well.
Yeah. He
But,
blocks the straight, which is good.
yeah.
And he has no heart, so that maybe he doesn't want to check here because he has no heart.
Yeah, because he's given a free card. Yeah.
So he bets half pot.
I'm still calling that for one again. Yeah. I'm going to check again and hope he checks back.
And he does. So,
And we lose.
all right. Peter,
Well,
here is the next hand that I butchered.
Six deuce fold, king queen open, ace eight fold, 7-5 fold,
Yep.
5-9 fold, easy game.
Yep. All right, Tim, are you in, Tim, or are you actually work?
Oh, I'm
Tim's
in.
All right,
Oh, I'm
here's
in.
Tim.
Okay, from here, uh, it's gonna be close, but Queen Jack O should still open even without antes. But I do really want to be aware of that. That Rangers should all tighten up. If Queen Jack opens, you mainly just call. You probably three bet worse stuff, like down in the King 8 to King 7 region. But I see that he already folded, so yeah, you'll open and 6-4 suited should defend.
Right. And I think King 10, I thought King 10 suited in cutoff versus hijack would be a high frequency three bet. Let's just take a look at that. And again, this is we're looking at it as if there were antes. We're so we're
I
looking
think you're a bit polarized. I think you're gonna see the suited jacks and suited tens call a lot, and yeah,
yeah.
and the
So
stuff
it
a little
makes
bit
this
worse. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
King 9
It's
is
not
king,
wrong.
yeah. King 9 is where it's really dense.
Exactly.
All right.
Because you can get some offsuit stuff, some better offsuit stuff to fold. If you three bet King 9, you're targeting King 10 O, King Jack O, and maybe King Queen O for folds and
Right.
stuff like that. Ace 10 O folds.
Yeah. And how much does it change at 30?
Not that much. I
No,
mean,
no, similar.
frequencies, but like
Except the
the
King 10 is
basic
even
range
less.
is the same idea. Yeah.
Yeah, the King 10 is even less than the King 10. At the King 10 and King 9 went down when we went
Yeah.
down and it pushed down to King 8. All right. But he folds, so
Really nothing for 6-4 suited to do other than call here.
Yep.
Whoa.
whoa. That's too tight.
Yeah.
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 That's wild. I don't know if he's away from keyboard. He hasn't played a hand yet. But
Yep. He might be.
So he
Which
should be
makes it
calling
very
all suited hands. He should be calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much. Maybe without an ante, he can fold like 8 deuce suited, and that's
Yeah.
like about it.
Yeah.
There is either a strategy or a phenomenon that I have observed in these 6 table sit and goes, which is some people almost skip the first 3 blind levels. And because the blinds go up relatively quickly, what it allows them to do is they lose almost no chips from just folding everything. Obviously if they have aces, they're not going to fold, but by playing really tight. And then when they come in the first time at the 5,100 level, they get back in one hand just by stealing the blinds, or three betting someone, everything they've lost plus a little bit more, and they appear super tight, tighter than they're going to play later. I don't know if it's a strategy or phenomenon, but I've seen it. And we'll see if that's what this guy does. Art, you are up.
Turn raise. Bottom raise.
And take it. Yep. All right. Next one's on me. Queen 6 is this is too early. I think I could open it in the hijack or the cutoff a little bit. Fold. King 8. That's too tight for cash. It's a folding cash. Would you guys open a King 8 off in the cutoff?
King 9-0, absolute
Make
floor.
a-
All right. So yeah, so it's similar to cash there. So yeah, it should fold around to the 10-4 suited, who should not fold. He should open or limp depending on his strategy, and both are fine. But he folds. All right. Up next is Roger.
Yes. Just give me. 7 jack is a fold, 3 deuce is a fold, 4 8 is a fold, queen 8 is an open, 5 3 is a fold, 9 5 is a fold.
I just got to fold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
so.
just, yeah. Okay.
Suited is fine, but not suited.
All right. I believe that was Peter. So up next is Tim. Or was that Andy? I thought it was Peter, right?
No,
That's Roger.
The last one
Roger.
was me, Roger. Yeah.
Oh, that was Roger. Okay, Andy. Andy's up. Sorry.
Jack 9 off folds. Jack 5 off folds. 6-2 folds. Queen 9 on the button. It could probably open. It's a
Could
fold
open.
there, but I think that should open.
Yeah.
Queen 10 definitely opens a raise, and the big blind should not defend 9-4, I don't think, but
Right. And this queen 10,
Should be a raise to me, but it's
Okay.
limped, so it's limp's okay.
yeah, we're 40 big blinds deep. I think I may have been taking the limp your entire range in the small blind world. Queen 10 off. That just mixes.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know which was, I don't know whether it was whether it was a clean strategy or a mixed strategy that I did it, but I did it. And easy game.
10. Now, what did you limped Queen 10 limp pre? I'm probably going for I would be hoping for a check raise here, so I'd probably check that and go for a check raise if I'd limped. If
Yeah.
I'd bet, I would bet again.
Yeah. So it goes check, check.
Check, check, yeah. I'm gonna go for some value now and put in just a one big blind bet. 1.5, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Cool, good shot. All right. Peter.
All right. Ooh, king queen should open. 8-6 folds. Queen 7 folds. Ace 3 folds. 9 deuce folds. King queen defends.
Defends by.
This deep. This is kind of the mergey point. I would just call here with this one, right? Against an early position opener.
He agrees.
And king queen should check. Second king queen could bet like 1.2 chips or check here, and you don't have a spade in your hand. Okay. King of spades. So now the guy with king queen suited has probably both nut and range advantage here. Shouldn't check a lot of spades, so I was gonna go with a 3/4 pot bet.
He has nut advantage because he has more suited hands than the low jack. Is that why?
Yeah, like low jack should c bet most of his spades here on this
Right.
flop. Really small, but
Right.
so he doesn't have a 5 very often, and he doesn't have spades very often here,
Right.
and
Okay.
you block pocket kings. So like king queen, what's it really worried about here?
Right.
So he goes for a check, and I guess this king queen is gonna go for value, but it's hard to get looked up by worse here. So really small. Yeah,
Half pot.
and just kind of a strange line. I would probably check raise for value here.
Would you at all be trying to keep this pot small because you almost always have the best hand, but when you don't, you're dead? You're dead to a
No, because
played
like
5 and you're dead to the spades, or do you just go? That's
hit
monsters under the bed.
his I don't know, his check back here is gonna be like weird ace 4 with a spade type of stuff. Right? Like I don't know what his check back's gonna be on 5-5 deuce. Shouldn't have a
Right.
ton of check backs.
Okay.
So
Yeah, he stayed concerned.
Mhm.
I don't think he's going for delayed check raise on the river. I think he's
No.
actually concerned.
Yeah, see, this is a really bad card. Like the type of having like I would check back with king queen and probably call whatever bet he puts out with the other king queen.
Right.
It's just gonna drop off.
He just panics, even the other king queen.
Well, it's the worst case scenario. Like, what does
Yeah.
the guy have? A 5, a flush?
Right.
Bro, everyone's so nitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
was
God, everyone is so nitty.
Yeah,
all right.
king queen off didn't stab flop. King queen suited didn't check raise turn. Right?
Yeah.
King queen didn't go for value. Guy could just have like, pocket sevens here
Mm-hmm.
type of thing with a spade.
King 9 of hearts. I mean, like, yeah.
King Jack. It
Yeah.
could be as high as King Jack. Yeah.
So the king queen suited could 3-bet some pre-flop as well.
It could. When you think of it this way, is it a value bet or a bluff? Because if you get 4 bets, are you gonna call or are you
Yeah.
gonna fold?
Yeah, you
Right?
don't want to have to fold. Yeah.
That was low jack raise, big blind, and I think they're 50 big, they're 50 deep, right?
Yeah, it's more,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, this guy's, yeah, so they're 50 deep.
Yeah, my
Mhm.
rule of thumb from big blind is be pretty darn polar when you're three betting.
Yeah. It's more the king queen off.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
worse, and like way
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
look at that.
you know, ace two suited depending on the sim, like ace five off in this sim, like really crappy stuff, high-low stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as you start to get deep stacked, you see that equity bluff triangle come in around the 10 jack suited, queen 9 suited, jack 8 suited, right? Where you can get a better hand to fold and you have better playability because against an EP player, they're going to defend more often. And so you need higher equity hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, like king queen suited and ace queen suited against EP. You know, generally they don't make your value range and they don't want to fold to a 4 bet, so they just want to flat.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Tim,
Si, senor. Um, I think 6-5 suited is gonna be just like super marginal from hijack here with no antes. I would probably raise it 50%. After that, I think Queen 4-0 should limp and fold to further aggression.
Yep.
I think I want to raise more with like the Queen 7 off type hands and like limp fold this.
Yep.
And Jack 2 so gets a walk.
yeah, and so he decides to fold it instead of limp fold it. Arturus,
Everyone's nitty. Okay, right.
Jack's raise. Nine's call. Yeah.
Yep.
Check, and I don't know UTG strategy. I don't know arrange, but I feel like it's ace is not really good for a small blind, so kind of in on any case, even if we run a button, we could probably range bet because it's not good for a small blind. Anyway, so check, bet, fold, fold
okay.
against, or check, check.
Yeah, Jonathan Little's simplified Jonathan Little strategy would be, this is marginally made, so check it. You could do that. And the idea that you have that the small blind has no aces is just not true. Small blind defends lots of suited aces. Small blind probably is a little bit devoid of kings and queens, but not of aces. Just looking at that, this is hijack. So just looking at him, when the hijack raises, here's a good small blind checking strategy. And it's pretty tight and it's got plenty of, let's see if you just see the calls. Can you show us that? Let's go back to that node and hit the calls. Yep. There's the calling range. So you can't be confident that he doesn't have an ace because he has a little bit in the suited, in the offsuit branch, and he just doesn't have a lot of offsuit stuff anyway.
He has a lot of suited.
Yeah. So he has this stuff. So yeah, he's
think
not
this is-
devoid.
It's all fair.
may
It is
not-
definitely true that he can have an ace. This is like the bottom of my value c betting range. I would like to see a c bet from Jack sometimes here.
Okay.
Skipping it's okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, you have worse hands that you can get value from. The 10x.
Yeah.
I would check kings the most, jacks you can check, but I'd actually bet it more often than not.
Yeah. So you would go reverse linear. You would bet kings a little bit, queens a little bit more, jacks a little bit more than that. And the 10, when you have the 10, do you bet it here once?
Yeah, maybe some like king 10.
Right.
Because like it's nice to be able to cooler a little queen 10 or jack 10, 10, 9.
All right. Let's look at that in peak. There we go. There's the fold. And our flop is 10 of hearts, 5 of club, ace of diamonds. 10 of hearts, 5 of clubs, ace of diamonds in that order. Small blind checks range, not a surprise. And here we go. And you nailed it. Jacks bet a lot, check some. Queens check more, kings check even more, and aces are the nuts. And your offsuit 10 and your 10 branch mixes. There's your suited tens. And this offsuit 10-9 goes for it hard. So there's one of two reasons why the offsuit 10 goes for it hard, and you guys tell me which one you think it is. One is you get better tens to fold later if you keep your aggression up. That seems silly. And the other one is that it doesn't go for it hard. You just have it so rarely that it gives you it makes your range balanced onto the turn with these. If you notice, you'll have oh no, that's not true because it's offsuit, not suited. You've got 3 times as many of no, but pre-flop you didn't play them as much, right? So yeah, so this is 3 times bigger than it appears on the screen, which makes it about the size of the Jack 10 suited. So I don't know. Why do you think the 10-9 goes for it?
I have two ideas. One is I think you see some bigger bets on the offsuit side generally because they benefit from pulling down the SPR. 3 out of 4 of suited combos will have backdoor flush draws that will play well on turns. And I forget what else I was gonna say. That's all I'll leave you with.
Okay, and my belief is none of that is true because I just looked at this now. Here's why. Look at the 10-9 offsuit and the 10-9 suited. If you make 10-9 offsuit 3 times bigger, you get a result that looks almost like the 10-9 suited. So it's just 10-9. 10-9 suited and 10-9 offsuit play about the same. And it's just, it likes tens.
Yeah,
It-
and I think it likes the lower tens because I think it shifts your opponent's calling range into more of the like king jack type hands. And it's true that they have good equity against you. It's also true that you're in position and you're going to have clarity on future streets.
Right.
Like you're not going to pay off king jack if it rivers
Yeah.
Broadway. Like it's
Yep.
fine.
Right. But every 10, you know, other than the 2 pair, every 10 does enough checking. And every pair between the 10s and the king does enough checking. So you can't be wrong with that. The only wrong way to play this hand is to check fold here.
And
Just
pre-flop,
fold your
Scotty,
jack. It's to turn your
pre-flop,
jack's face up and fold to no bet, which he doesn't
But-
do. He
the
bets half.
pre-flop, the nines are not calling at all. It's either a raise or a shove. Is that right?
Ooh, let's look.
I
At the
think I
nine.
saw it was either a raise or a shove.
Let's see how he's playing it. Pre-flop. Here we go. Pre-flop
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
nines.
out of range.
Yeah, nines don't want to call here.
there's no calling at all. Okay.
Yeah, it isn't till 8s. So that also means that the nines, the 9 stat on this flop is silly.
Yeah.
All right. Other peak error we just found. When we go back, we lose the board and we have to re-enter it. That's not fun. Lose the board when going back to review flop range. Okay. So this stat is going to be silly, but let's look at it anyway. He calls, he folds. Once again, we get that same ace, 10, 5 was it, I think? Ace, 10, 5, yeah. 10, 5. Let's see what he does with his jacks. He bets the jacks and do the nines that we never have. They just pure fold instantly. And we
Yeah.
can look at what 8s do. It's just going to be the same thing. So he bets half pot, which is, so it's check. And our bet size is 1 point he bet in between these two. He bet half pot and there is no half pot in peak. So against the small bet, the 8s call, so they go on. And against the bigger bet, they all fold. So somewhere in between the two. And so he did a thing in between the two. That seems fine. And this hand was Tim's hand, I believe. Was that correct? Or was this Peter who just did this hand?
I think it was Arturus.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Arturus. All right. Good enough. Then the next one is mine. Fold, fold, fold. Open ace six on the button. Jack eight suited. I would fold it. That seems too, I mean, Jack 10. I think I would fold it. There's a, but to a raise of 2 at 49. If he calls, I don't hate it. He folds. All right. Roger. Oh, and the defend. Yeah, the Jack 7 defend. Jack 7 office seems like a, you guys do actually, you guys defend like really small to these small bets. I don't know if a Jack 7 gets in there, but you guys do like Queen 4 and stuff to the button, right?
I don't think this is crazy.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think
it's
calling Jack 7, no, here's okay.
offsuit fives.
Offsuit fives. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Right?
so a little
So-
tight, but there's no ante. But
In the
also-
Neither is
way,
ICM.
in the
Yeah.
way that someone attacks with their
Mhm.
suited branch, that's how you defend with your offsuit branch. So they're gonna attack with suited fives. You're gonna defend and mix folding with your offsuit fives.
Okay.
Okay. It's a good one.
All right. And so Roger, you get this hand.
Yes. All right. Queen 8 is a fold. King 9 is a fold. 8-5 is a fold. And 8-5 on the button is a fold. And what is the small blind? Is a fold and a good game.
All right. Andy.
7-4 is a fold, ace 10 is an open, queen 3 is a fold, king 5 is a fold, ace 9. Maybe a 3-bet there. I think a 3-bet in there, and if we 3-bet, the king folds, but
Mm.
yeah, 3-bet. King 6 should fold. Yeah, okay.
Did I just get ace 10 to fold?
Folded
pre-
ace 10 suited.
I just got ace 10 suited to fold?
What the hell? I mean, this is like
Okay.
borderline too good to 3-bet because you're not supposed to get much better to fold. But here you are. So
Yeah.
Great, guys, just a little snug.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Little stunt.
3-bet relentlessly.
Oh, yes. I thought that was going to end so badly for me. All right. And that's, I think we're on Peter, right? We just had, that was just Andy.
Yeah.
All right, Peter.
King deuce off. Probably gonna fold bottom of range. Gonna fold all the way to BVB. And queen 7. This is the bottom of my range that wants to limp, but I wouldn't be surprised if this raises here. Yeah. Then 5-3 is just gonna check. And queen 7. Could bet one or check here. 5-3 with a club doesn't really seem good enough to go for value. I would probably check here. Try and keep the pot small. He bets polar. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm expecting that his thinking is this, that he's not thinking anything like my hand is marginal made. So I check back. I think he's thinking my hand is best now, and on the next card, it won't be.
Well, I mean, you have a 5 no kicker. Like,
Yeah.
Essentially, he's betting every jack, every 6, and every 5 he has here for this size or bigger.
Yeah. Maybe
He
not a
has a-
jack.
So he has
Maybe
a
not a
completely
jack. He might bet
unprotected
smaller.
range when he checks.
Yeah. So I'm not saying this is the right play. I'm saying that if you want a model of this villain, maybe his thought process is, I bet every 5, I bet every 6 for 2. And get clarity and get the hand over with, because I don't know how to play them on the next card, which is gonna be bad. And jacks,
Yeah.
I bet, but I bet them, but I don't mind a call, and, with that, that
I think
might
you're
be
right, Scotty.
thought process.
Having a club and straight interaction, like there's gonna be some pretty good plays for this guy on the turn.
Mm-hmm.
And like when one of those cards comes, you're not really afraid. And the guy who limps, like he still has some limp traps, right? Like,
Yeah.
what do you do if you get check raised here? Well, you fold, but like,
You just fold. And if you're a person who thinks this way, you probably don't see much value in that 3 of clubs, because when it goes club, club, your 3 isn't good. It, might be his thinking.
essentially.
All right. Tim,
So you are making me want to reopen my Ignition account. So this one should
it's a
fold to the
$200
button,
game.
which-
This is real
Bro,
money.
this
This isn't the bad. This is the
the
best.
play is already so bad, and I'm sure it's gonna get worse. Okay, let's
This
see
is
the button
best
open.
Ignition has to offer.
Let's see the big blind defend.
All right.
I think the big blind like mixes low frequencies of a bunch of these offsuit broadways for 3 bets, but it's low frequency.
Okay. So you want to defend this by mostly
Like
calling?
90% call. Yeah, like 90% call. I think you see in different sims like a smattering of offsuit 3 bets, and they're not all super low. They're all not all super polar. They're kind of some stuff in the middle as well.
He agrees with you.
I think button can check back here. It's not wrong to see bet. Um, yeah, okay. People have never heard about checking back in their lives. Yeah, it's okay. I mainly want to use a bigger size on this board. Sliding this hand, I kind of would prefer to go bigger with this hand anyway, because it's like functions well as a one and done. It functions well to get like pocket sevens to fold, to get a7 out of the way, like stuff like that, clean up your ace outs. I kind of like it for big more than for small, but whatever. It can't be
And
that big
big
of a mistake.
and by big, do you mean 3 big blinds, or do you mean
I would, I don't know. I would think about 50, and I would like 50%. I would think about 75%. I think those are
Okay.
both viable.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And the queen jack.
Queen Jack, oh, I mean, when I see this small bet on this board, I'm like, this is bullshit. I don't care that I don't have a spade. Like, you have nothing. The third pot bet, you just get a lot of folds if you raise here. It's
Right.
not like theoretically the most correct thing in the world, but like people are not balanced with their sizings. The half pot bet, like C bet is real. The third pot C bet is bullshit. So raise the third pot C bet a lot.
Okay. And then which would you rather raise? Queen 9 or queen jack? Both the same suits. And if you're queen 9, I'll give you queen 9. It's queen 9 of hearts. If you got there if you needed a suited combo to get there, you don't hit the board. That's all that matters.
Would I raise Queen Jack O or Queen 9-0 more here? Yeah, I mean, it's true you have a million straight draws to choose from. Um, at this depth, I think a gutter is probably slightly preferred here. Although you'll probably see like basically every straight draw you have mix. So I think Queen 9 and Jack 7 might be some of my favorite ones, in part because they can get dominating stuff to fold. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
nice for Jack 7 to get a7 out of the pot and then play its outs a little bit more cleanly. Like then your 7 is actually a little bit live against an ace queen type hand or whatever.
So I'm thinking
Um,
the queen jack is going to do it less, because open-ended doesn't want to throw away
Yep.
its equity when it gets 3-bet. And if you have the queen jack with the spade, maybe you do it even less, because you'd be throwing away way too much equity.
It's hard to say. I think it's like
Let's see.
we're kind of, I think, at the inflection point between when you do versus don't want to have the flush blocker. I think if this was like 20, then you definitely just don't raise with the flush blocker like at all.
Right. Okay.
And if this was
We
80,
are
then you really only raise
Yeah.
with backdoor.
Right. 40 deep. Here's our button. Raising the ace-4 suited, of course.
Yeah.
The small
Let's see the
blind
big
folds. And the big blind with queen jack offsuit is never a fold, ever. There's your little bit of three betting it if you wanted to.
Yeah,
The queen jack
this sim,
suited
sim
never
kind of has
does.
it like more concentrated. I've seen sims where it's like queen 10-0 a little bit, queen 9-0 a little bit, where it's kind of all over the place. But
Yeah,
that's
and
fine.
this one does it, and Peak is doing it with the 8 and the jack there. Okay,
That's fine.
but he does a call, totally, totally fine and cromulent. 10-8 king, spade, diamond, spade. 10-8 king. Check range. Easy game. Ace-4 suited. He can go for it.
And a
And
candidate for a
you
big
said
bet.
you wanted to see the bigger size. And when he doesn't have the suit, he is on, yeah, let me
Kind
see
of
if I can
both,
read the sizes properly.
really. Both.
Yeah, he does a lot of 25%. He does a lot of the bullshit size there.
25 is fine.
Yeah,
Yep.
25's fine.
I don't know. I'm just like, seen enough hands. I like when I see someone do this one time, I think they do it all the time.
Right.
Like I think they do it 100% of the time.
Yeah.
But
Ace-4 diamonds never does the small size. Ace-4 spades, you can't go wrong with. You're just happy. And the clubs and the hearts are choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
He goes for the small size. And facing the small size bet. Almost no raising. Almost no raising. And with the queen jack suited, because this combo draw has so much that you don't care. You could get it all in pre-flop.
It's
and
value. It's
I mean, on
value more than a
flop.
bluff. Yep.
Yeah. If you just go, you're just fine. I'm gonna have a question about that in a second, but now our supposition was that queen 9 does it more. And it does.
And it does it more with a spade in hand.
Yeah, queen 9 does it. And and queen 9 wants a single spade in hand when it does it. And when you're suited in spades, you can do it. When you're super suited, you can do it a lot. And then you said jack 7. We have jack 7 off.
Ding ding ding.
Jack 7 off.
It's
And
like one of our lowest in
Yeah.
range gutters. So like
Yeah.
find a gutter without like with the minimum amount of showdown value. That's
Yeah.
the one. 9-6 as well.
and jack 7 here. And on the suited branch, you don't do it very much unless you have the spades. But offsuit, you are offsuit, you have lots of it. A single spade is all you need to go ham on that. Great. And then the other question, there was one other question here. Well, that I had, and that was when you raise your queen jack suited with spades here, and he re-raises you, do you call or do you just jam? Go, I have the world. Let's just get it all in now. What do I care?
I think out of position, you want to ship it over the 3-bet.
All right,
I
let's
don't
see.
think you want to play this hand on turns.
Yeah. So let's see that. So he goes there. Our raise size is the 4.7. There's our raise. His response is to fold out a lot of ace 4, which is great because we were behind it.
Hope so.
He's got to have spades to continue, but he has some 3-bets. And are they all are all of his just jamming? His size is no, he
Looks
does.
like they don't give him a jam. Looks like it's just 16.
Oh, 16 is not a jam. Okay. So, and his most common size on this, so looking at the range is the 16. We can say that the 10 is non-existent.
Doesn't really
right?
exist. Yep.
Simplify it. So let's go 16. Raise 16 and queen jack suited.
Get it in.
That's not all in.
It is 37.6. We start with 40.
Yeah, 57% pot. Oh, right. Yeah, it's all in. Okay, yeah. So we don't wait. And when we have the
No,
offsuit
I mean,
version,
I think the solver agrees. Like you can see the turn with king 10 or king 8. You're gonna know where you are, but like this hand, ooh, I don't.
right. So the queen jack goes for it. and the offsuit, the wrong suited ones all fold to that. And on our queen jack offsuit branch, peak makes it hard to see it. So let's see, is there a button?
It's
where we get to
spades calling. You can see
Yep,
on the
there it
numbers,
is.
it's, yeah.
There's the button
It's
we
all
wanted.
spades.
Yeah, you don't fold with a spade. You go, oops.
What you
All
gonna
right.
do?
What you gonna do? All right. And what he does is he calls.
Calls. So far, so good. Oh my god, I feel like infinite nittiness is about to hit this hand. Okay. Yep.
All right.
Ooh, does out of position ever donk here because um button really doesn't have flushes. Button really doesn't have much.
That's the best worst card in the deck for you.
It would actually, yeah.
That's better than worse than a queen of spades. That's for sure.
Yeah, Queen of Spades is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So what
maybe
would
we
you
can
do
look
here,
at this
Tim?
one in the box. I think there's a case for out of position donking here, but it's a little bit of fancy play.
Right. What would you do? Because you would be here. This is not off the line that you might play sometimes.
Yeah, I mean calling flop is great. Arturis is blowing me up in chat. Okay, fine, let's check.
Oh, I don't have chat open. Let me open up the chat.
He says he messes this up too often.
Yeah.
Some of us like fancy play. Some of us like losing our chips in creative ways, okay?
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what he does, and then we'll see what Peak does in a minute. He checks. Can't be wrong.
No, I can't be wrong.
Right. You're on the button, Tim.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm playing both players. I'm sorry. I got
Yeah, you're
sidetracked
playing
by
both
something. I'm
players.
playing one player.
No.
Arjura says that the ace of spades. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's because he has no flushes. Yeah. It's not just we wouldn't lead on any ace. It's
Yeah.
the ace of the flush suit. I think that's
Yeah.
the relevant thing that got me interested in this one. Yeah, no, I don't want to bet this hand in position. Absolutely not.
Neither does he.
Gotta
Oh,
get
that
value
card's back.
straight. You think that villain often from big blind's perspective, button often has like a decent king, or better yet, a decent ace. I think you would have heard from like two pairs and sets and flushes along the way. So there's really not that much that voted up here. Like I think there's a case for betting ace 10 on the turn or ace king or sets
Yeah.
for sure are definitely value bets. So it's like, and is ace jack just gonna like blink and fold if you bet 60% of the pot? Probably theoretically too big, but I want to see what they'll call.
So I'm thinking block bet 3 to get an easy call from an ace and a lot of calls from, why does he have a king? Oh no, he bet the king and checked the ace. Yeah, so I think bet an amount that a king calls and that a 10 is indifferent to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think part of the theory in the box for going small would be that like you just snap him off if he raises a normal amount, like if he raises kind of 3-ish times your bet.
Yeah.
And the problem is that just never happens
Right.
without the nuts. So I think that's some of the value of the small bet. I pretty much just always want to go bigger.
So you want to go 5 or 6, but not, you don't want to go pot. You want to go like 50%.
Yeah, I think like 5.5 is a pretty sweet size.
He agrees.
Yeah,
That's
I want to go
the,
bigger than that though.
yeah, but I wanted to go smaller. So
But
he
also
agrees
like
with both of us.
I think from my perspective, calling on the button, is he plausibly overvaluing anything worse than ace 4? Is he plausibly bluffing for the sizing? I just am not convinced that people find it.
Like here in a theory spot, you have layers of different values. So at the top end of your layers, you have, your royal flush and your full houses. And they want to bet small because they block stuff that your opponent can continue with. Then you have flushes, but you don't have a ton of them because the ace, king, 10 are on board. And then you have a straight. And so your straight wants to bet big because it can still get called by trips here.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you bet big, like I don't think you're gonna get called. I don't think you're gonna get raised by a flush very often. So
Right, even low flushes, like even a like a nine
Yeah.
high flush. If
Yeah.
villain on the button somehow found a check bet, which they didn't. They never did.
Oh, you get to lead, right? B70?
Yes, so this was Arturus's question. You have some leads. It's not a mistake, but it's a mostly checking situation. And your
And it's a
leads
big lead.
are, here's the spades leading out with the royal flush. And
And
you're,
that queen jack O with a single
Yeah.
blocker,
Queen
it's
jack
like I'm not
O,
that worried
if
about you having it.
yeah, you really want a spade to lead out, and you don't want the jack of spades. Jack of spades is not enough. Queen of spades or no, queen of spades, or you need the queen of spades or nothing
Yeah.
to lead.
Interesting,
And I would
interesting
skip
that
all the
there are
nothing.
slivers of everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in there.
So
Yeah.
both are right. He goes for the check. That seems absolutely sensible. And then our ace four here.
That blows me away.
How often the ace
I'm-
four bets?
Yeah, that's I think that's like my own inner nittiness showing through.
But he finds the check with the second most common checked one. He has
Right.
the ace four of hearts, and ace four of hearts is a minority check, but it's often.
Yeah, it definitely checks.
Yeah, it's often enough.
Deeper stack, it's more often check.
Why is it showing us an ace four suited here? There is no ace four suited, so this is a bug.
Yep, of spades.
Spade?
Yeah, it's a bug.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
it should
right.
just be like grayed out.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
let me
exist.
Yeah,
take
0%.
Yeah, let me take a picture of this one. See screen.
thanks for doing the study session, Scotty. I'm checking out for some Christmas fam jam activity.
All right, bye, Peter.
Very
See ya.
well.
Shot for
See ya.
four spades, ace of spades, four spades, error. All right. Here we go. But ignoring the ace four of spades that we don't have, the ace four of hearts can check, and he does. And now we get to the river, and the river was the ace of diamonds, I believe. Yeah, ace of diamonds comes in, and now we'll see what Peak's recommended sizing is. Ace of diamonds. There we go. And now with the queen jack against a check, we do a little bit of trapping. We can, but mostly we bet, and the sizes are your size is preferred, which is the oh, wait a minute, is that an overbet? Let me
Yeah.
see, let me click on this. Preferred sizes. You wanted to go 6, right?
Yeah, which is like the only size it doesn't use.
Right. So, and it makes sense here. It likes your logic, but it says get greedier.
Yeah, get more.
Yeah, if you're gonna go 6, you're foregoing getting called by a king and a 10 and get called by an ace and make them pay. If you're trying to get called, this is what Tim said. No, this is what Peter said. And he's gone now, right? I never liked that guy. So it's what Peter said here, which is use the 2.3 to go to target that part of his range. Try and get called by a king and a 10, I guess, is the narrative of that. Or go bigger and try and only get called by an ace. Or check back. And our guy goes half pot. So he makes not the optimal decision with it. but a fine, but if this is right, if 2.3 is right and overbet is right, everything in between isn't wrong. It's just not optimal. It's going to be similar. It's going to be comparable EV. Is that wrong? What is the fact that this 6.1 is never done doesn't mean that this is a bad play, right?
I think there are times where it is wrong, not wrong, but like it doesn't get max value and
Yeah.
where there is an EV loss. Like you said, if you aren't getting target, there's such a big step up in this hand from King X to Ace X. And so if you're
Yeah.
not, if you've given up on King X, then you're right that you can get a lot more money from Ace X.
Yeah. So I think this is logical, but let's see, if we look at the EV of each of these, I'm going to guess that they're going to be similar. Let's look at it. Can we see it? EV.
And I think um I looked it up on Wizard and actually it loses a couple tenths of a big blind.
Okay.
So
Couple of tenths.
there is, yeah, like a
Tenths
tenth.
are a lot, right?
Yeah, a tenth of a big blind is, I mean, okay, sorry, it loses 0.05. It loses half of a
Okay.
tenth.
And here,
That's less than I said.
10.71 compared to 10.68, 3/100ths.
Right.
So these are better plays. This is not a bad play. You know,
I do think
That's-
there's one thing here, as far as an exploit. I think your average person is just like not bluffing catching you that much against like the 115 size or whatever it is. That's like a place where I'd really like to know my villain.
Yeah.
If I assume that size gets too many folds, I often use 95 instead of that size because I think 95 has a better balance of them bluff catching versus them folding.
And then let's take a look here at this. Let's look at his responses in his in this. So to the 6.1, our ace 4 calls all the time. To the 9.1, our ace 4 calls all the time, and that's why this is better. Our kings, get out of here. We are in the buttons range. Here we go. Button. Against the 9, the kings, look at all the kings calling against the 9.
Yeah, that's never happening.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's your
I
king.
don't think
Here's your
people
kings
are calling
folding.
you that much.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Even with
there's
something that theoretically makes a lot of sense, like you bluff catch with like King 10 because you block all the boats, blah blah blah. Like, I don't think it happens that much.
yeah. And then you've got some bluffs with these lower kings, which is really funny.
King 8's that's the
You
sexy
block the
bluff
boat.
here. Yep.
Yeah.
Double blocker on the boat.
Yeah. But here you go on the suited branch. Your kings, you fold these. You start calling down at the. You want to talk about why you call down at the bottom and not in the middle?
Yeah, because
These
big blind should
unblocked.
be bluffing some stuff around the like Jack 7, 7, 6,
Okay.
some of that stuff that blocks straights and
So
that
we block
busted.
his we block his bluffs here. We unblock his bluffs here, and
Yeah.
then we have reasons to do this. We beat other kings with king queen.
And you actually block the
jack.
Queen Jack straight if you're in
Right.
that
We
region.
block the straights.
But like 9, 7, 6 are all busted cards, and so those are very bad cards to have. Like Queen Jack actually got there, so there is some value in blocking it. There's no
Yeah.
value in blocking it. There's anti-value in blocking 9, 7, 6.
Right. Right. But the 9, but it still it doesn't hate the 9. It hates
Yeah,
the
no.
7 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then when you go to 2.3, which was
Now he's supposed to raise a ton,
was my
I'm
bet.
sure.
My bet was 2.3, and now I got called by every king. I got called by 10s.
Yeah, you got called by 10s. He's
And
raised jacks as a bluff.
Right.
That's wild.
And did you get, at the 9, do you get, not 36, at the 9, do we get called by 10s? No,
Not really.
we get a lot of 10 folds. Yeah. So that makes sense. And your logic was perfectly fine. It's just be greedier.
Be greedier.
And that was
And
Peter's
look at
hand.
this, he gets called. I'm just sure that he could have gotten another big blind and a half or 2 or 3 big blinds out of his hand easily.
That was Peter's hand, which makes, I think, the next one Arcturus. I think the
Uh,
order of
but-
people just changed in my,
That was me.
that was you?
Yeah, that was me.
I think the order got changed because I don't think this one's gonna be Arcturus's.
Okay.
I just went the wrong direction. There we go. This one's Arcturus's.
Ace queen raise. And then. Queen deuce actually defend.
Ace queen raise. Queen deuce folds, too tight.
Slightly.
That's too tight. Even without the without the ante, is this too tight? Seems it.
Oh, without ante, it's probably a fold, to be honest.
Okay. All right, maybe not too tight. All right. Next one is Tim.
Wait, is it just the 3 of us?
No, it's Tim. Somehow my thing got ordered. It went from. So it's gonna be Tim because I don't remember the order.
Okay, I'll try and make this one fast. I spent a lot of time on my last one.
Okay. Oh, wait, oh no, you did the last one? Oh, so I jumped in Arcturus there. So we're back at me then. Tim got moved by the thing. All right, so I'll take the next one and then Roger's after me. Here we go. Zoom. Fold, 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 fold. Roger. I'm sorry we didn't give that to Tim first.
Already?
First fast
Already?
one.
Yeah, yeah, so fold, fold, fold. Tens is an open. A7 is probably 3-betting some and folding the rest. I don't think he wanna call, but I'm not sure. And Jack deuce, if A7 is 3-betting, Jack deuce is folding.
I think I'm folding A7 100% of the time here. I don't know if it's right. So we're
Maybe
at
it's us,
30 big
yeah,
blind.
yeah. Yeah, you probably, yeah.
So at 30. This was
Let me
the
see what he does with A7 now. Yeah,
button
yeah, yeah.
raises, Ace 7. Oh, no, you can mix in some raises here.
Okay, yeah.
And you're not supposed to fold it? Yeah.
Oh, that I wouldn't expect. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you need an ante here to call with these. This is I'm not happy with doing this. And let's see what happens. He raises to 3. There's no ante. Now A7 should absolutely fold.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And while I should be calling all suited hands here to 2.3 with an ante, without an ante and 3, I think I can fold the Jack deuce. And I'm sorry, this is your hand, Roger. I shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know without an ante, man. I don't know. So I don't know if you should fold there. I still probably call my suited hands there. But yeah.
I don't know the adjustment, and obviously in game, I didn't know the adjustment either.
So what happened? Okay, he called, or what did he do?
I called.
Okay. So yeah, check, and then he bets, and then do we do something? No, I think we're just folding it. Oh, we have a gut shot, of course, but it's paired. Backdoor flush draw. Maybe we can call one.
We don't have a gut shot. We have a backdoor gut shot.
Oh, we have a backdoor gut shot, then the backdoor flush. No, we fold then. Sorry.
No, we don't
What
fold.
are you doing, Scotty?
I have 2 backdoors and an over to the 9.
It's a little bit loose.
There's a little
But yeah,
loose.
maybe it's good. Is it good though? That's the more important question.
Yeah,
It's good if you can get pocket tens to fold.
it's really good.
If you look at it like this, then raise dollar.
Jesus, Scotty, crimes. Every hand.
Scotty
is
red
crimes.
line Meltzer.
So if you play versus nets, then you gotta raise your gut shots like a lot of the time.
Your backdoor gut shots.
Yeah, your backdoor gut shots. Even. Nice.
I took Tim's line. He said this third pot bet is bullshit.
I mean, I will point out the other one was ace high with no coordination. This is pocket tens on like a impossible to hit board. Like this guy has the nuts and just folded
Right.
it.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing from his point of view, which is I have no, he's beaten by the queen. He's beaten by all my made hands. But
Yeah.
he's crushed by my value here. And he blocks Jack 10.
Yeah.
I don't know that he blocks hearts. I don't know that that's a real thing.
No,
But
that's not particularly relevant.
Yeah.
This hand's wild. I'm sorry. This hand is just.
Maybe you can look at what he should fold there.
Yeah, I would be
Because-
curious.
not that.
Curious about that, I think the Jack Deuce raise is probably fine, especially when players overfold. But I'm
I think
curious
the
what he should fold.
deuce, it is quite good. Like I think it's better to have Jack Deuce than like Jack 7.
Yeah, the
just
7. 7. He wants to continue probably with a 7.
Right.
Right.
Yep, that's the board. We check range. He has pocket tens. He should be checking them so this doesn't happen.
Oh, let's say he has. Let's say he has a. Oh no, it's also not good.
And when he
Yeah,
bets about 25%, like he doesn't have to bet so big anyway.
Yeah. So, but his bet is the equivalent of 25%. He bets 30%. He bets 33.
Yeah.
And I know I'm guilty of that. I always bet my small bet is 33, not 25. I'm trying to get better about that. He bets
Jack
it.
Deuce, so good.
Yeah, it's a definite play.
Oh,
GTO.
I have to move you guys out of the way to see it. There it is. Oh, look at it.
Popping GTO knowledge on these losers.
All right.
Like,
Now
yeah,
this is not the way you're supposed to use study tools. You don't look at it to confirm that the solver approved your bet and then rejoice. That's not.
Yeah.
Alphonse said this is not the right way of using things, but woo!
Whatever. Anyone who says that is a nerd.
Except in this case, then you should do it.
All right.
Scotty.
So I raised him in the 4.7 range. Yeah, that's what I did.
I mean, that's an interesting thing in this hand, though, because he bet big. You also raised a bit bigger. So the SPR is shrinking very fast as played.
Yeah.
He bet 2 and you went to 7.5.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's kind of going to affect things. I mean, it's kind of water under the bridge, but.
Yeah. But he should, if he calls Jack, he should be calling 10-10.
He's calling pocket threes. He's supposed to call pocket threes.
Supposed to call all his pocket pairs.
He's supposed to call ace 3.
Ace 3 of ace
Call
3
king three.
as long as he's got a backdoor. Well, this is not happening in the real world.
He's calling ace-6 off as well.
Yeah.
So
This is not happening in the real world, making my
I
bet
know.
even better.
Strange, yeah.
But yeah, that's an egregious overfold from him. I saw the EV on calling jacks was like 3 big blinds.
Yeah.
So that means it's like a 300 BB per 100 mistake probably to fold tens here, roughly. Especially like when you're up against freaking Scotty the Maniac with a VPIP of 29. Like I'm not folding anything to you. VPIP of 29.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Pocket sixes, you were right.
All right. I believe that was Roger.
That
who
was
I
me,
interrupted.
yeah.
So Andy,
Yeah.
I give you this abomination.
4-3 is a fold, Queen 5 is a fold, 10 Jack. Well, it's a fold. I would have had that as an open for 2.
I think it's an open.
Yeah. Fives is an open. Ace Jack's a 3-bet. If Ace Jack doesn't call or 3-bet, 8-5 calls, but when Ace Jack 3-bets, 8-5 should fold. So I would have 5s opening, Ace Jack 3-betting, and 8-5 calling an open, but not a 3-bet.
Right. So
Big
I go with
shove.
a
I was
full-on
forgetting a bit. It is the shove. Yeah, that depth. Yeah, okay.
This seems, is this, when I look at it now, this seems like a mistake. But maybe
Too
there
good.
are,
You think it's too good to shove?
I think at 30, it's just too big. I think at 20, it's a shove.
Yeah.
At 25, it's probably a shove. At 30, I just don't know. Let's see. I just don't know.
This is where I would really recommend if you play this game frequently, let's take some time and run some HRC
Yeah.
pre-flop solves.
Yep.
If you ever play this game, it'd be fun. It'd be to learn it.
So button raises to the normal size. And here we are. Oh, sorry, that's the low jack. Button raises to the normal size. Here we are. Oh, just jam.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah. It's
It
a
is
good jam. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are the solver.
Hat jack.
Oh,
Somebody should be accusing me of RTA for the jack, not for this one. This is not hard. All right. Andy,
Um, 3-6 a fold, Jack 3 fold, 2-2. I'll open that. 4-8 a fold, Jack 8 suited. I'm
look,
not folding it. It's probably might even be a shove.
I've scared him into limping.
Yeah. Jack 8 suited could be a 3-bet or a shove. Ace 3 will call the 2-2 open. It should do.
Your jack eight, but your jack
No,
eight
ace
is
three. Ace
facing.
three should shove all in over the 2-2 open, maybe.
So the jack eight suited, should he complete or should he raise? He should never fold here.
No, he's not folding. I'm not sure if that's a shoving hand or just a call, but ace three off, I think maybe at 30 could be a shove.
What do you want to do with jack eight there, Andy?
I'm probably going to.
Limped to, what do you want to do with your jack
Well,
eight?
I'm thinking of your 3-bet, and I'm thinking to get a wee 7 or 8 big blinds. It's probably a better shove for a fold. I'm not sure.
Okay. So if you 3-bet your the standard size in a cash game would be to 5.5 there. In a
Yeah.
tournament with 20 big blinds, you could go a little smaller. You could go to 5, maybe 4.5. I don't know if you're allowed to go to 4.5. But
Yeah.
let's say 5. If you go to 5, it's significantly less than a third of your stack, so you don't have to shove. So you definitely have a pranking range here. Do you want to prank jack 8 suited?
Yeah, I think so, and I think that folds out ace three and the 2-2.
All right, let's see what he does. Nope. He
Just a
completed.
call. Okay.
Yeah. We don't have this hasn't been solved because we don't have any solves against limps, but
Oh, you
this can't be
no.
wrong, right? I mean, it might not be optimal, but folding would be wrong.
Does it not have a solve for limps at 30 big blinds?
I don't think so. Let's see.
It's always got to be a min raise.
No,
Yeah.
there's no limping range.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, don't have it. So he does this, and now you're ace 3 offsuit in the big blind. What would you want to do? What do you think the best play is?
A limp and a call. Ace three off, and let me think. Against one player, it's a good ISO raise to 4 or 5 big blinds, but against two, maybe this. I'm not sure if it's the same.
Well, do we think that the small blind is mega capped here?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah. I go for the ISO raise to 4 or 5.
Okay.
But he's called anyway, so yeah.
And 3, 4, yeah, 5, 4 seems too small. In the pot +1 being out of position, that would bring you to 5. In the fact that you're a little short, I would be uncomfortable going to 4. I don't know if that's wrong. I'd want to go to
Yeah.
5. He goes for the check.
Okay.
All right.
I think Jack 8 is check-in. Ace 3 out of position check-in, but maybe a check raise. And 2-2 is putting in a bet with the open ender. So just a cheeky little 1BB.
Okay. So our usual thing of where you, you check to the razor, there isn't a razor in this hand.
No,
So
there isn't. No,
yes,
no.
we don't have that heuristic here. The ace three, if you go with just poker coaching heuristic, this is marginally made with a draw.
Yeah.
So you can easily call a bet. So checking is better than betting here under the
Yeah.
simplified poker coaching thing, but he goes for the bet. And if he had checked, the deuce could bet, but you can also say that deuce is marginally made, technically, and it's a draw. When you have a marginally made and a draw, the marginally made portion is the overriding factor in the simplified poker coaching thing. So if he checked behind with his deuce there, wouldn't hate it. But
Also, if you have a pair and an open ender, is that not coming to the jamming range as well? A pair and an open-ended straight.
that's not in the simplified poker coaching language.
Okay.
But yes, there absolutely is. A pair plus a draw is very powerful. And in
Yeah.
the old days, a pair plus a draw was just a jam. And the solver
Yeah.
does sometimes too. And poker coaching in its simplified form didn't. In the more nuanced poker coaching of the modern era, I don't know because I'm not that good. But as
Yeah.
played, there's your bet. This should be easy.
I'm jamming the twos with the open ender and the pair. I'm just jamming it.
All right. He's playing. I have a marginally made hand with a draw.
Okay.
Yeah. So he did not go for the jam.
And Jack eight's folding, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
This hand just got interesting.
That hasn't half yet. Well, ace three's got to put in a small bet for. Is ace three first to go? Small
Yeah.
bet. Two
Ace
big
three's first to
blinds.
go. And this guy has a limping range. And how many sixes are in his limping range? You tell me. Who knows?
Yeah. So
What
ace three bet. A small bet on ace three. He checks. Okay, he's maybe check raising.
I don't think he's check raising. I think he's check
Okay.
calling.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think that's defensive. I don't think that's aggressive. We'll see.
Yeah. And what's twos doing?
I'm asking you. I'm not going to push the button until you tell me what you think.
All right.
And what you think they're going to do. You've seen how he plays. Those are
So
the things
ace three checked. 2-2. I'm just checking back.
he does.
Yeah. Then on the oh my God. I'm probably still putting out a two bet, and if I get raised, I'll take it from there, fold probably, but I'm going for a half pot on the ace three.
He checks.
2-2 will be checking as well then.
Yeah. You'd be turning a set into a bluff.
Yeah.
All right. Arturas.
I would like to comment on that.
Okay, go, Tim.
Cancer that we were just all subjected to. Jesus Christ. Scotty, how many brain cells do you lose every week running this and having to see other people's play with cards displayed?
I love it.
Both players can profitably bluff river. Like they never have a six. No one has a six here. The straight's on the board. But if you rip for 5x pot, they can't call, and then you get the pot for free. You get
Deuce.
6 big blinds for free.
This
Like,
deuce
do
is
these people
never
not
has
like money?
Yeah. It's possible on this node, the ace three can have a six. He can check a six there to try to go for a check raise and have it not get through, right?
Yeah,
Deuce is
yeah,
having
for sure.
line there. So ace three can credibly rep a six here.
Yeah.
Because the deuces almost never has a six. But once he gets checked to, the deuces have a absolutely free shot at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like he just checked twice.
yeah,
And like with ICM, like people can't bluff catch for 5x pot. I mean, or 4x
Yeah.
pot. Like it's too much. They won't bluff catch. They shouldn't bluff catch either.
yeah.
People
Take
just
the
don't like
money.
money. All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I take it you were not at this table, Tim.
No,
All right.
no. I was the guy folding tens to you. That was me. I was watching a movie. Sorry, I wasn't paying that much attention.
That's fine. All right. Doris.
Uh, Queen 9, I don't know, is it race or not? No ante, no race. Pocket fours, I don't know. Probably fold. Queen 9, I don't know.
Well, apparently I think I do.
Okay. Fours, difficult spot. I don't know. Maybe call, maybe fold. No jumps.
He jams.
Okay, everyone fold.
I think 4-4 is a good jam there.
I think it's fine.
I think that's in the jamming range. Yeah.
22 big blinds. Seems good.
Yeah, I think that's a good jam.
Let's see it. We are 22 effective. So we will call that. We'll call that 20. You want to call it 20 or 25?
Yeah.
All right. Cutoff raises. Button jams deuces.
Yeah.
Abs- You know, he does a lot of folding of it. He does a lot of jamming of it. Cutoff queen 9. Yep, queen 9's a raise. So that's fine. Everybody played fine. And if you do it at 25, I don't think it's going to be any different. But let's see. I don't see why 25 would be a jump in this. Cutoff still has the queen 9. He raises it. At 25, it doesn't want to jam the deuces. 25 is too many. So somewhere between 20 and 25, it comes in. And for him, the answer is 22. There we
It
go.
was fours though. It was fours though, Scotty.
Oh, it was fours. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, jam it. Jam it. I don't know where I got twos. Yeah, jam it, jam it, jam it. Hooray. Tim's.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see pocket sevens raise. Let's see fours flat. 10-9-0. Probably just a call, facing the small size. Yeah, you don't love it, but I think you can still call.
Yeah. And then like 10-8, you'd fold.
Definitely.
Right.
And
And
he's
my-
And then I
getting
would call a little
six
bit
to one.
more. I'd call a little bit more with stuff at the bottom that's less dominated and that interferes less. Like I'm more likely to call 10-7-5 offsuit here than I am 10-8 offsuit.
Let's
but-
take a look at that range, but also let's see if peak GTO blows up with this same problem we had with the small blind here. All right. So we are at 30. We're at 30 effective, but he's not effective. So there's that weirdness. But let's just do it. Here we go. 30. This was a low jack raise, right? No, this was a hijack raise. Sorry. This is a hijack raises. The call is on the call comes from the button. And we want to see our big blind range. It shows us no problem. So 10-9 and 10-8, there's your 7-5. You're right, it's still pretty wide. And if it was the small
Hey, and they're
blind
going
call,
for 10-8. Or wait, that was the heads up range?
no, this is with the call.
It's not
It gets
that's showing a small blind call, it's a button call, right?
it was yeah, the button. I just did a different one. So I was
Oh,
showing
okay, yeah. Sorry, I see.
here's your button call, and here's your big blind range. Your 10-9 is in it, your 10-8. You said 9-7. Absolutely. You said 7-5. They're all in there. But there's the thing that you were saying. If you get smaller, if you get off the jack and the 10, you can go all the way to the 9-6 and the 8-5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if it's the small blind calling instead, you're even wider because you're not out of position to two players. Right? That makes sense. And then here is the thing that we learned. If you get the button and the small blind, you get way
You need to
tighter.
tighten up. Yeah, you need to tighten up.
So whoever was asking the question about, but it's only, you're getting 6-1. Express odds are not the name of the game in No Limit. It's just so clear.
And
Alright, yeah,
this is
yeah.
Yeah.
this is chip EV, and the logic of ICM runs directly counter to flicking a chip from the big blind. You really don't like deals in ICM where you lose a little bit all the time in exchange for the chance to win a lot sometimes. That's a bad ICM trade. You would prefer the opposite.
Mhm.
You'd rather save a small amount all the time and not worry about having to, bink like trips occasionally.
And so when you just look at just even at chip EV, when you just look, you're not, this is a person who's out of position to you. So this doesn't hurt you, this extra call, and look at the difference that one other player in there does to you. Massive.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like and every person, the way it's supposed to work is every person needs a stronger hand to contest. So like small blinds range should be quite strong.
Yeah.
And so then you need a hand that can beat, them as well as other people sometimes. Like then it demands on you just go up and up. And also at some point there's so much money in the pot that you just want to take it down.
Yeah. And then here's the other thing that I didn't see coming. You have a raising range and a calling range. You add in the small blind, you have a shoving range and a calling range.
Yep.
So big change.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. And
Yeah,
what
and
is
I think at low stakes live, there's a lot of opportunity to just like, there's like 4 people in the pod and you just like rip it for 50 with ace king off and stuff, and it's just like a great play and prince.
Yep. And so he folds, which is a mistake at Chip EV, and at the ICM that he is probably not terrible.
Probably okay. Yeah, it's probably mixing. I think it's all right.
Yeah.
I would think this is mostly just going to check down on a lot of runouts. I don't really need to see either player do much. Fours can bet a little bit when check two on flop. Sevens could bet a little bit.
Yep.
On turn, I don't really want to see either player bet much.
Fours
I
could
mean,
turn
facing
themselves in. Fours could
Yeah,
call themselves a bluff here if they wanted.
exactly. Yeah, I think there is an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
It's also not really necessary. It's kind of a bonus. Checking it down, it seems okay.
Yep. All right.
It's like you'll probably find some slivers of other stuff on both sides, but it's
Okay. Ace five suited opens, sevens defend by jamming, and ace five suited has to fold. Sevens defend by calling, yay. King six suited, I don't think he should play here, given this, and he doesn't, and the 2-6 definitely shouldn't complete. I get lucky. Check range. He bets, I call. Check range. Well, not check range, but check my hand now, in this situation. There's no reason to bet. He checks behind, realizes the gig is up. I was considering value betting. When the 8 comes in, I think check call is better than betting here. But I bet, and he folds. Because today I don't think the same as what I thought when I played it. All right, Roger.
Yes. All right, this one. 9 jack, fold. King jack that's a good one. Do we have a jamming range at 12?
Yeah.
And if we have it, is this the kind of hands you want to jam? I think it is.
Yeah.
And probably wouldn't, yeah, not sure if you can min raise, but yeah, probably fine too. Min raise is probably fine too. 6-4 is defend. Then a big blind has to check. And I think villain has to bet like 1.5, and then give up if the big blind is calling.
Yep.
Would be my guess.
But he checks behind.
Don't think that's bad. I think it's fine too. Probably big blind checks, and then considering the way that played, villain will check back again.
He has showdown, he thinks.
Yeah, showdown. Yeah, I don't know if that's really true. Once they call the flop, but
Mm.
they have some flush draws. Probably the big blind. He has a lot of suited hands, and with the two cards that he has, he unblocks the flush draws, so he could have. And
I could
now
have
it's probably go check check. Huh?
I mean, I could have Jack 7 here and just not be contesting the pot, not fighting for it.
In the big blind, you mean? Yeah. Jack seven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could, so his king jack does have some showdown value here. The fact that he checked it down seems.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So Jack seven, what you said, some flush draws are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy,
Uh,
Andy 234. Okay, we don't, and Andy's out for a minute. Arturus.
I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, Andy's back. All right, take it, Andy.
Yeah. 7-9 folds, 9-5 folds, queen 2 folds, queen 9. I would have raised that, but he's obviously folded.
Yep, he should raise it.
Ace 6 would be a raise, and king 3 would be a fold, basically.
I think king 3 has to defend, but he
You
can't
think it
defend.
defends even at that?
Yeah, but I'm gonna jam. I'm not gonna raise. I'm gonna jam on him. I know me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah.
All right. Now Arturus.
A6 jam is good.
Mm,
Walk,
This
maybe
week.
limp for this, not so slow.
So 9-6 on the button does what?
Fold.
Yeah, I do.
Jump check. Jump fold.
Jam would be better at this stack deck, but he goes for it and does that. All right. Tim.
Yeah, it should, queens should get a walk.
I know. Look at how unhappy he is. Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna be on tilt on the next hand. All right. Queen 9, fold, raise, and the king deuce 10-8 should defend. But given that he's only got 10 big blinds, he might jam. And for a jam, the 10-8 needs to fold. So let's see what he does with it. He goes for the bigger raise. And with this bigger raise and this stack depth, I think 10-8 can just, well, against a 3, I think 10-8 can fold. He does. For 2, I think he has to call with a suited hand. And our solver doesn't give us the answer because there are no 3s there. All right. Roger.
yes. Okay. We are 10 king. That's folding. 8-6 is folding. King 3 is folding. Queen 7. Considering the rejamming stacks into small blind and big blinds, I think I just want to fold Queen 7 there too.
Okay.
And then 10-6 is probably limping or min betting and then fold to a raise. Yeah.
I think it's possible that I'm going to raise the king 10 here. And maybe
You're chip leading. Oh yeah, you're chip leading. Yeah. You
chip
should
leading. I
probably
might raise it. I might
Yeah.
even jam it at the ICM pressures that there are here. I just do a simple raise, yeah. And I think it's got to get through.
yeah.
All
What's
right.
the price CM pressure? Is it like on the bubble or?
We're always on the bubble here. That's the thing, is we have 6 players and the
I've
top
hit
2
money.
are paid. So
Oh, okay, top 2. Yeah.
we're always on the bubble.
Yeah.
All right. Andy,
Ace 8 off could just be an open jam. Jack 7 folds, 9-9 should be a jam. Queen Jack, if none of the others open, should probably jam. Ace Jack jams. King 8
Right.
folds.
right, but we get to the 9-9, and so the 9-9.
He should jam.
jams.
Yeah.
And the question is ace jack.
I think it's a min raise for him.
Yeah. Ace Jack, I'm calling that.
He doesn't.
No, I'm calling that.
Looking at the ICM pressure, he just doesn't.
Yeah, okay.
I, of course,
I'm
fold.
not sure if I'm right there either, but
Yeah. Yep. Well, here's sort of the weird math of it in this case. Well, no, it's too hard to do this. We're too early for that. So yeah, sometimes he's dominating. Okay, Arcturus.
Okay. Volk.
Yep. Tim.
Comes down to Jack 8-0. Like it's probably, I think min racing is like the worst option. Um I think it's like I would consider jamming it. I think
Yeah.
I think limp folding is pretty nice.
Mhm.
I mean people are bad, so like min raising probably gets more folds than it's supposed to.
Mm.
Ace 8 should jam, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think he should jam, but he decides to do this. He has position, so there's that.
This seems, I mean, it's a terrible flop for Jack 8 offsuit. It's big blind has more of these cards. You don't have an ace as a small blind, so you got to think your opponent has like one of these cards or an ace or a pair
Mm-hmm.
or something. It's pretty hard for them to have less than you and no draw.
Yep. But he wants he wants it. Ace 8
I
is not,
would
this is
probably just rip ace 8 again.
there's so many hands that he has to fold here, but you know, he has to fold all the king jack and king 10 and anything like that that he decided to prank with, but you beat all that. Does he fold
Yeah,
ace
but I
8
can't, but like
ace
it's
jack
gonna be
here?
so shitty to play future cards. Like you're gonna get bluffed out at some
No,
clip.
I have no idea what to do here.
Yeah, I mean, it depends a little bit. Like, if the small blind have a balance strategy with like give ups and bluffs and everything else, then I like ripping. If small blind is just kind of like has something here a lot, then ripping ace 8 is terrible.
Yep. So I think, let's see if this, let's just see. So we're playing 11 big blinds deep, which is going to be 10 in peak.
The site is gonna give me an aneurysm.
Say what?
The site is gonna give me an aneurysm.
Oh, okay. There we
I
go.
can't I can't
So,
deal with
so the
these
small
plays.
blind does not have a raising range. The small blind is a jammer fold, so we're not going to analyze.
Exactly.
And this is what
Exactly.
happened. And going on, he bet, he called. Jack 8 has to give up now, right? And ace 8 has to take it. Or does he have to take it with his showdown value with his 8?
Well, that's the thing. If your opponent bets and then checks here, I'd be more likely to check back. Like
Yeah, he does. He
the
says he's
the point of jamming flop would be like not have to worry about this crap later on in the hand. Once you get to this point and you can check back and play a river, kind of
yeah,
attractive.
yeah. There you go.
I mean, if you end up here via this ridiculous line, I think Jack 8 should bluff some. Yep. Snap it.
Easy snap. And now we have our first guy out. All right.
I mean, they could have just Jack 8 could just jam pre-flop and
Yeah.
ace 8 could call pre-flop and we could save ourselves the time, but that's fine.
Exactly. All right. They should fold to the king 9, who should raise, and in my case, I believe he should just jam. Oh, I'm sorry, ace 3. Ace 3 is enough. Yeah. Ace 3 jams and should take it. King 9 shouldn't defend. Here we go. Roger.
Yes, Queen 4, fold, 8-10, fold, 7 deuce, fold, fold.
Fold, fold, fold.
Nice hand.
Andy.
3-3 should 20 big open rip.
Like that.
Yeah. And fives, I think everyone else folds. Ace Jack, maybe. 10 big blinds. I think I'm calling that. I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
He's gonna.
Yeah.
and I hold.
Yeah, okay.
Now you're at the ultimate in ICM. All three, no, I'm sorry. This is a,
Aye. As Roger's asking, was that a good call in the last hand, the ace jack?
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
You dominate a lot of my range there. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I think so. I mean, you maybe ace jack offsuit, maybe not, but ace jack suited.
Mhm.
Huh.
So how many get paid here? Two?
Two get paid. So we're still
Alright.
playing. We're still playing.
Yeah.
All right. And Arturus.
Okay, what do we have? 9-8, that's close. I don't know, ask them what to do.
He folded. Tim.
Wait, 9-8 on the last one's probably just a rip.
You sure? Like I jam so often and I bust so often, I don't want to
Yeah,
even
you're
jam more.
no, you're supposed to. The first format of poker I got profitable at was sit and goes. You should play like a freaking maniac.
Yep, you got set. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna bust a lot. You're also just gonna like bank it sometimes, then you have a big stack, and then you take first.
What do you mean? Normal stack, it's not even big. You not even guaranteed a seat yet.
But
I
like
got
if you
you, I got
double,
you.
well,
Like,
okay, but then if you have 10-9-0 here, I'm probably sticking it in as well. Because here's the thing: you have 8 big blinds. What's your plan? Fold your way to second?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
what's the
but
plan here, man?
I don't know, walking. 9-7, I don't know. Okay, I took a note, thank you.
Obviously, I'm jamming. We don't need to. We know.
Yeah,
me.
you're jamming. Yeah, you're jamming.
All right. And then since we're
Especially, I
almost
mean, you
done,
jam like you are in a position to absolutely dominate.
I'll be
this
jamming. Yeah.
game from first
So
to
I'm going to jump to the last hand of this because it's time to be done. Because I misplayed the last hand. We have this much left to go. So here we are on the last hand. And this is so bad by me. And I saw myself doing it. So he's got 5, he's got 24, I've got 13. We played a 2. This is the bubblest of bubbles.
Mhm.
Fold, he raise and he jams because I have to fold everything. And I know how wide his range has to be. And king queen is way higher than his range. And I still have to fold.
Did
that
you do
true?
a sum? It's not
Because
clear
he's got
here.
5, because this guy's got 5 big blinds left.
No,
check
it's
bubble,
because
yeah.
you become a new chip leader.
No,
Okay.
no. Don't think so.
I would
If it's
want
plus
to
50,
see it in
then it's
HRC.
yeah, it's a HRC spot. If he has 50, then you of course you don't become chip
Yeah.
leader, you fold. But now it's not clear. You need like
Yeah.
Scotty, do you know how to
Gosh.
bulk run hands in HRC?
I don't have HRC. I've got a Mac.
You should get it. It's cheap, or make a deal with somebody because you can run these hands with like 2 clicks. You can set one payout structure, and for all the all-in and fold decisions, it will run them all automatically. It doesn't
I
handle
can
the post
run.
flop, it doesn't handle not all in decisions, but for this late game stuff, it will give you perfect strategy in all spots.
Okay, I will, because that's what I really need, because I play these
I
sit and
think-
go a lot.
Yeah, if you have a Mac, you can look and see if ICMizer is available for you because it also would
No,
I think it does the same thing.
Maximizer is potato.
ICMizer is a potato.
No
apparently.
MKOs, nothing. No custom sizings. It's just I don't know.
But I actually I can run. I have a PC. I have a virtual PC on my Mac. I can do HRC on that. So
Yeah,
anyway,
Yeah.
What's your
and it's
thought
not
on
expensive.
right.
No, it's like $33 in 3 months or something. Oh no, 33, but yeah, $33 in 3 months.
Yeah, right or wrong,
what's-
I decided I wanted to win $800 and not $400, and so instead I lost
They
everything.
gave you this,
And I
yeah.
gave him, and I gave $400 to this guy with 5 big blinds.
How
So I
much?
gave
How?
Yeah.
What are payouts? I'll run a sim right now.
$400 and $800 are the payouts.
Top
So
heavy.
I got so at this point the payouts are 0, 400, and 800, and I decided I would like to get 0.
And the blinds are like 25, 13, 6 for the stack
Does
sizes.
he have a limping range? 3x range?
No, with this ICM pressure, he
he
probably is just all
He doesn't
in
have
fold.
to. I have to
He
fold
jams
everything.
100%. Yeah, he has to jam like pretty wide.
No,
He can
no,
jam
And
not-
his
any-
not
jamming range is
100.
probably like 90%.
Yeah, he
I-
can jam anything because I have to fold everything.
Yep.
But I didn't want to fold everything. And so
What do you
instead,
think you have to call? What do you think you have to call? Like pairs like jacks plus?
oh yeah,
Or you like, or like tens
no,
plus, or
I'm calling jacks plus. I
ace
can
king?
I can fold sevens here. I can fold
Yeah, okay.
queens here. Nines are hard. Nines are a hard decision.
Ace,
Be-
ace,
Yeah.
ace queen off.
Ace queen and ace king you call.
Uh,
But king queen is a bad call because I'm behind ace deuce offsuit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
it
the
does
problem.
suck that you show up
I'm
with
behind some
40%
of his
against those
garbage.
hands.
uh,
Yeah.
uh, uh,
So
And if you make a little exploit, like the fact that he has jack eight suited here makes me wonder, does he not know that he can also do this with 6-4 suited? Does he not know he can also do this with jack five offsuit? If he doesn't have, like, if he's not that wide, it's kind of a problem for you.
yeah, so I mean, he called me with ace five there, so that's how I got the chips. And then here we're in the 4-person game, so we don't have it. There's only 2 hands of it, so we don't know. All right,
Yep.
cool, you
Scotty,
guys.
I think that one's really close. To be fair, I don't think it's a huge punt. If
Yeah.
HRC says that it's bad, like, okay, fine.
If you run that in HRC and show it to me on Wednesday, I would love that.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a picture of it, or does that? Yeah, I mean, you don't want to bother.
Oh no, Arturus is putting it in the chat right now.
Arturus is putting it in chat. Okay,
That's me responding to it. It's
Okay.
like razor thin. It's razor thin.
all right. Let me see. Arturus. Let me see this one. So this is the call off.
Ace king O is
8s
0
plus.
EV ace king O.
This is my call off range.
Yeah.
Can we get an EV on King Queen O, Arturus?
It's here. Here, he gave it here.
That's a small blind jamming range.
Oh, this is the small blinds jamming range? Okay.
Minus 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Are you $1 EV? I don't know what this was.
I mean, just some way to get a sense of like where we're at in range. So it's like, it's a fold. I've seen worse.
now, had I won the hand, I would be talking about how clearly it was that I knew that he has to
genius.
be raising so wide that king queen is better than his range and all this nonsense I would have said. So I'm being a tiny bit results oriented, but really I need it. I need an ace because I'm behind some of his nonsense, and I should be ahead of all of his nonsense when I do this.
It's true. You do really want to be ahead of everything. And like looking at the range that he's supposed to have, I think you could exploit, like tighten up a tiny bit because he's supposed to have 100% of the deck. In practice, does he only have 70% of the deck? Like, is he very wide, but he's missing the bottom 30%? Maybe.
And I got to go because the cash games
Yep.
thing started a minute ago, and I'm supposed to run it. So bye, everybody.
Cheers,
All right,
Scott.
man. Thank you very
Good.
much.
Cheers, folks.